Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Element Cup, showcasing another very powerful team featuring Slugma. Slugma, a very interesting Pokemon. It's a mono fire type that has rock type coverage, and you all know what that means. That means that there is one more check to the very overpowered Duck in this meta, and Slugma will be in the back on this ABB style team as the closer, along with Vulpix on the safe swap. One of probably the best safe swap. I think Execute is a really good safe swap, and Vulpix is right up there with it, as it is quite bulky, quite powerful. Of course, we are running Quick Attack, and Vulpix is here to draw out any potential ducks that may be lurking in the back so that Chinchou can come in and absolutely dominate that overpowered duck that a lot of people are now tucking in the back. There are some people still leading with it, but some tuck it in the back as well, and Chinchou will handle the ducks, no problem. I'm a massive fan of the double fires in these little cup formats. They always prove to be quite effective, and here we go. What's also quite effective is a Chinchou on a Ducklet lead. You love to see it. They safe swap a Chinchou of their own, and we do have the energy lead. So I'm going to fire off this Thunderbolt and likely grab a shield. Was not holding my breath that they would let that go, as they absolutely need to take out this Chinchou at all costs. And we know that, so we're going to shield their potential Thunderbolt right back and make a play into our Vulpix here. Now, they were very wise in over-farming. They maintained an energy lead. Good on them for that, but this is why I prefer the non-shadow Vulpix in these little 500 CP formats, because you can actually tank some damage, some super effective damage. As you can see, we tanked 2 Bubble Beams with Stab, I might add. No problem from this Chinchou, and we're going to fire back with a Body Slam, grabbing the final shield. Wow, very awesome. That is beautiful for us, and we are going to fire off Body Slam number 2, saying bye-bye to the Chinchou. That is why you run the non-shadow in this meta. And they've got a Bulbasaur in the back, so I'm going to get ahead on energy with our Slugma. Switch timer's not quite up. Going to throw our Chinchou in to force them to debuff themselves. They absolutely have to throw a Brave Bird, and they do. The plan working to perfection. Now we can farm down, and we are just a couple of rock throws off, or one rock throw off from our Flame Charge. This Bulbasaur has no shields, and we are saying bye-bye to the Bulbasaur, courtesy of our closer, known as Slugma. You love to see it. Good game, well played. Had a lot of fun with Slugma in the back on this team. It is the fire type that beats all the other fire types. It's amazing. And here we go. Mirror lead here, an opposing Chinchou. So the way I play these is I just play the zeros. But if I win CMP like we do here, I will actually throw up a shield just in case there's a duck lurking in the back. Chinchou, that's the value in Chinchou. Being able to lock down those ducks, it's amazing. So, yeah, if we win CMP, we will shield, and they make an aggressive play into an Execute. So we're going to throw our Fire-type Vulpix in here. You don't want to be bringing Slugma in on the bulky grass types. You will still lose that, which is kind of crazy. But I learned that the hard way today in a few of the battles. And we grab a shield, so we're going to let this go and fully sack our Vulpix. Because I'm making a hard team read, my friends. If they lead Chinchou, they have to have some very, very good grass coverage. So we're reading that there's either a duck or an opposing fire type in the back. Either way, if we maintain this shield, we'll do just fine. So we do get off that Thunderbolt and take out the Execute with our Slugma. And there it is. The team read was right on point, my friends. Leading Chinchou, you have to have some rock solid grass coverage, and it's coming in the form of a shadow Vulpix, and this thing can do nothing. They tried a desperate attempt to throw that Chinchou in, but yeah. Slugma handles the fire in the back. This team was so strong. Good game, well played to the opponent. All of the moving parts to this classic ABB style team complement each other beautifully. And here we go. Awful lead. They had an Execute lead. We make a play into our Vulpix, and they meet us with a Chinchou. We do have the energy lead here. And again, we do tank a couple of bubble beams, no problem. But that's only from full health, guys. We did tank some confusion damage. So we are playing with that in mind. Gonna fire off the body slam. It is debuffed because they did win CMP tie, which was very interesting. Gonna fire off body slam number 2, and I would imagine likely begin grabbing shields from the opponent here. So this is very tricky. We kind of have to maintain switch here, but they played this very wisely. They got that confusion damage in, knowing that we would comfortably tank a couple of bubble beams. And they are debuffing us into oblivion. And we grab the final shield, so gonna aggro swap back into our own Chinchou. We're not flipping switch. Might as well get ahead on energy to get off this resisted Thunderbolt here. This is not a shadow, so it's gonna be doing significantly less damage. Does about 40%, and just gonna cut our losses here and let go of the Chinchou. Now, that Chinchou on their side put a number on our, or did quite a number on our Vulpix, so we've got to put the hope and faith in our Slugma up a shield to perhaps make something happen here. Even a resisted Seed Bomb would be quite bad for us, so we are forced to shield this. It's such a tough spot because that Chinchou has, or is close to a move, and yeah, it's just not going to happen. Execute on the lead did us in, guys. That's the power of execute in this meta. If you saw yesterday's video, you would know exactly what I mean, but good game, well played to the opponent. And that must have been a very attack-weighted Chinchou on that last team. It put in the work, but good game to them. Here we go. Speaking of Chinchou, we've got another one in the mirror here. Going to play to the CMP, but they catch. So they may have been anticipating losing CMP. They might have a good Chinchou. So they catch that onto a Cottony. Good play. We're just going to rebank some energy and align our Vulpix here onto the Cottony. Like I said, guys, if it's any grass type that has quite a bit of bulk to it, you're not bringing in Slugma onto it. It will not go your way. They do fully sack the Cottony, and we are going to look to play out this matchup here as they do bring back in their own Chinchou. We do tank that Bubble Beam, no problem, and going to fire right back with a Body Slam here. And they do let that go, knowing that they have debuffed us. And we will outpace to this Body Slam here. It looks like they're going for an aggressive farm down. And whenever they do that, that means they're going to shield. So we do get a shield out of the deal. That is beautiful, and we're not quite going to make it to another Body Slam. But that is fine. Not sure what else they could have in the bag, but gonna play it safe. It's generally a safe bet to assume that there's got to be a duck on 4 out of 5 teams, I would say, and there it is, right on cue. Holy smokes. Their win con is to call a Thunderbolt, but we're not baiting, and we're saying bye-bye to the duck, and we're farming down the Chinchou. Man, Slugma didn't even see the field. That's the power of this team right here. Good game well played to our opponent. And Chinchou and Vulpix going 2v3 in that last one. That's the power of this ABB team and the Element Cup. And here we go. Another Chinchou mirror match on the lead here. The Chinchous were out in full force in full anticipation of all of the Ducklet leads. And we do win CMP tie here to the Thunderbolt, and they let that go. So again, guys, if you win CMP tie, you can safely shield to preserve your own Chinchou just in case there's a duck lurking in the back. And that is exactly what we do. And this is ABB, so even if you do win lead, you still swap out. They had a Bulbasaur, and we draw out the duck, guys. So the strategy working to perfection. We draw the duck out from the back. And Vulpix is actually going to put in work here. They have to throw a Brave Bird to get rid of this. They can throw a Bubble Beam, but no, yeah, they do go straight for the Brave Bird. And now we bring in Slugma to farm down, as they will not make it to a Bubble Beam. It makes 0 sense to bring the Chinchou back in, knowing the full team now. And getting ahead on energy will be quite beneficial for us because we have a Flame Charge locked and loaded here. Now, I'm not expecting them to let this go. They're obviously going to shield this and put up a fight. But the key is to buff our fast move pressure, taking out the Bulbasaur in the process. The team working to perfection. Good game, well played to our opponent. So if you guys are still looking to make a late season push to achieve whatever your goals may be, you might want to give this team a try. And here we go. Vulpix on the lead. So generally I will stay in and play it out, but I was experimenting. I read that they always like to play to the CMP tie because they generally do win CMP tie. So we catch that onto our own Vulpix, hoping to draw out a duck that's hiding in the back. And that is exactly what we do. The plan working to perfection. So going to fire off this body slam here, and I don't anticipate they will actually Brave Bird here. I'm expecting a bubble beam so that they can farm down and get ahead on energy. That's exactly what they do, and we will not quite make it to another body slam. That is absolutely fine. So just going to wait switch timer because we were the ones to swap out. So we want to somewhat align the switch clocks. And I'm just going to throw before they get to the Brave Bird. Yes, we can tank it, but no need to tank unnecessary damage if you don't have to. They do let the duck go. And they've got a Bulbasaur in the back. Makes perfect sense. And we've got a fire type for this Bulbasaur in its shadow form. So this is one of the few grass types that you can actually dominate in the twos here. And that's a Shadow Bulbasaur. It's just too squishy. And they aggressive swap back into their Vulpix. And we're going to fire off this Flame Charge, grabbing a shield. And we're fine with grabbing the shield. Not a problem. All we really want to do is buff this super effective fast move pressure. They're not making it to another move. And neither is that squishy Bulbasaur. It goes down to a few rock throws, and they go down with a shield. That's going to be yet another good game. Well played to our opponent. Had a lot of fun and a lot of success with this team today in the Element Cup. For reasons like this, people love leading with the duck, and they safe swap a Chikorita. So, team reading, this is looking like a team that fellow content creator Human Catcher Bug recently featured. It runs Ducklet on the lead, a Chikorita safe swap, generally a Shadow Chikorita, with a Bulbasaur in the back. So that's what we're playing with in mind. And they are putting up a fight here. They generally do. If they run that Human Catcher Bug team, they will fight you tooth and nail, even though this is not a winnable matchup for them. But generally what they're hoping to do is stall the clock long enough to where they can get out of this matchup. So that's what we're reading here. They're shielding, and we're matching shields. We do win CMP tie, but the pacing is just about the same here. So we're going to look to fire off the weather ball here, and that is exactly what they do. They tried to stall the clock. They were successful in doing that, and they catch that back onto the Ducklet, preserving their Chikorita. Now, at this point, I'm fully reading that this is the Human Catcher Bug team with a Bulbasaur remaining in the back. They are going to get to a Brave Bird, but it does not KO from full health, and we're just going to farm this thing down, and we leave with loaded energy here. Shields are down. I'm expecting them to bring that Chikorita back in, because it does have energy, I believe, and we're going to fire off the Thunderbolt here. That should be more than enough. It is resisted, but we are saying bye-bye to the very feisty Chikorita, and there it is right on cue, the Bulbasaur. So just going to chip here and debuff with a Bubble Beam. It is now confirmed. This is the Human Catcher Bug team. And we have a move stored for this Bulbasaur. So, yeah, Human Catcher Bug team, no problem. We're saying bye-bye to the Bulbasaur. And Chikorita and Vulpix once again going 2v3 in the Element Cup. You'll love to see it. Good game, well played. Also, for those of you running yesterday's team and you encountered that Human Catcher Bug team, just make note that Chikorita is the safe swap and you can still win by meeting it with the Cottony, preserving the Execute for the Bulbasaur. But here we go. We had a Hisuian Voltorb on the lead. First one I've seen so far. We safe swap into our Vulpix and they meet us with a Ducklet here. So we did want to get that Body Slam off before they could debuff us. So we do successfully grab a shield there, and they're just going to Bubble Beam us into oblivion, it seems. That's generally how they play the Vulpix, as they want to leave with enough energy to Brave Bird the Chinchou. But Vulpix, non-Shadow Vulpix, hangs in there with the duck, I'm telling you guys. And now they're going to throw another Bubble Beam, and they undercharge it, allowing us to get to yet another Body Slam. This is the power of non-Shadow Vulpix. It has the bulk to hang in there, guys, and because it does, this duck is not going to make it to a Brave Bird. That's the power of Vulpix in this meta. So I'm going to bring in our Chinchou, of course, and as I said, They're not going to make it to a Brave Bird because non-Shadow Vulpix has the bulk to hang in there. They come back in with the Hisuian Voltorb. We come in with our Slugma. And oh, they've got a Vulpix of their own in the back. This is why we've got Slugma on this team. To handle the fires in the back first and foremost, because Slugma is the fire type that beats all other fire types in this meta, has some very strong play up against the Duck as well, guys. And as you can see, Slugma, one of the better closers in the entire meta, grabbing that final shield. But what's most important is that we do buff that fast move pressure. Going to shield up this Thunderbolt here. It runs Thunderbolt and Energy Ball. And this one was for you, Hugo. Hugo's a member of my Discord. He was asking me about Hisui and Voltorb. This one's for you, my friend. We say bye-bye to the Voltorb. I hope you get your answer, buddy. Hugo, if you're watching, don't run Hisui and Voltorb. But good game well played to our opponent. Oh, this team puts in the work. I'm telling you guys, run this team if you want to win in the Element Cup. It was amazing. Here we go. For reasons like this, we get those duck leads all day. It's a thing of beauty. They do safe swap and execute. Good on them. That's my favorite safe swap. It's right up there with Vulpix, in my opinion. An amazing Pokemon. And you guys will know if you saw yesterday's team. So we're going to shield up the Ancient Power, of course. That would be lights out for us. And if they choose to play out the 2-to-1s, they will win this. That's the power of execute here, guys. But we can put pressure on and grab those shields at the very least. Going to try to make it to another one, but that confusion damage with stab was too OP. Holy smokes. So now we're calculating, going to bring in Slugma in here to get ahead on energy, because Rock Throw does not generate energy particularly fast. And we will shield a move here. The shielding priority generally goes to Slugma. And oh, they're ABA weak to Chinchou. Hello? You can't be ABA weak to Chinchou in this economy. Holy smokes. We're saying bye-bye to the Shadow Slowpoke. And we are going to try to get to a Bubble Beam, but we cannot. That's okay. They're ABA weak to Chinchou. Holy smokes. They're dumping their energy, so that's beautiful. We got way ahead, and we are just a few rock throws off from our rock slide. This duck has no shields. Slugma hits like a truck, which means that we're saying bye-bye to the very overpowered and annoying duck. Holy smokes. Slugma shutting it down to close the game strong. You absolutely love to see it. What a way to finish off the video. Slugma closing strong. Good game well played to our opponent. And that is the team, my friends. 5-0 with another strong ABB style team for the Element Cup. Again, guys, if you guys are still looking to make a late season push to achieve whatever your goals may be, definitely give this team a try or yesterday's team. Both teams are quite effective right now in the Element Cup. Very good teams to really rack up the wins and make a nice little climb toward the end of season 14. So I wanted to run Double Fire. I always have fun running Double Fire in these little formats. They often prove to be quite effective. We've got Chinchou on the lead to handle all those duck leads, and it can put in work up against the Vulpix leads. Speaking of Vulpix on this team proves to be an amazing safe swap, having that neutral fast move pressure up against just about everything in the meta with quick attack, quite spammy, can get to the weather balls and body slams quite fast. And then you round that up with an amazing closer. If you can preserve a shield advantage for Slugma, maybe even get an energy lead, look out, because Slugma will close the game strong, as we saw in this video. But guys, I had a blast. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching, and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.